Two patients meet at a physical therapy visit. Same surgery, same week. One looks down and sees a clean line of surgical glue. The other looks down and sees a row of staples. And one leaves wondering, man, did something go wrong? Well, likely nothing went wrong. Today, we talk about this: staples versus glue, how your incision is actually closed, and what it means for you. First, here's what I do on almost every one of my hip and knee replacement patients. All the stitches are under the skin. We close in layers: the deep layer first, the fascia, the muscle, the fatty layer under the skin, then a running stitch just underneath the skin surface, so nothing on top shows. All those stitches dissolve on their own. There's nothing to remove. Once the skin is sealed, at least for me, I put a glue layer, a surgical glue called Dermabond, kind of like crazy glue, believe it or not, and that seals the top layer. Over top of that, I use a dry, waterproof dressing, and that goes on while you're still in the operating room. And here's what that buys you. You can shower right away. I mean, day one. Water running over that dressing is totally fine. The dressing stays on, for me, likely until that first follow-up visit, usually 1 or 2 weeks out. After it comes off, you may have some leftover glue on the skin, and that's totally normal. It'll kind of wear off or kind of peel away over time. You can just keep showering. There is one rule though: no soaking. So no bathtub, no swimming pool, no hot tub until the incision is fully healed. And that is probably 3 or 4 weeks after your surgery. So that's how I usually do it. But where do staples come in? Well, sometimes the top layer just needs something different. If you've had an infection before, or if you have a history of wound healing problems, I may use staples or even a nylon stitch on the surface instead of the glue we just talked about. They all do the same job, but these options, the stitches and the staples, they have to come out later. And specifically with the staples, I rarely use them, but I do still use them on occasion. And when they're removed, sometimes it hurts. They usually come out at about 7 to 10 days after the surgery. But when they are removed on time, they can leave minimal scarring too. You leave the staples too long, or even the sutures too long, and it does scar. And that brings me to a thing I want to push back on. Somewhere along the way, staples got a bad reputation. People talk about them like they're barbaric, and that's not fair, and it's not true. If your surgeon used staples, it does not mean you got a worse surgery. It usually means your surgeon made a judgment call about your skin, about your risk factors, something about how he or she thought you might heal. So if you had staples, I don't want you to feel like something went wrong. Likely nothing went wrong at all. One quick housekeeping note. This video is about skin closure. Bone cement, sometimes called glue, that's the chemical that we use to hold the metal parts to the bone. That's something totally different. So a different question and a different video. I'll put that one up soon. Back to the incision. Whatever closure you have, the phone call rules are the same. Call your surgical team if the incision opens up, if it drains, if it gets more red and kind of expands away from the incision, or if you run a fever. Those are not just wait and see things. Those deserve a call. So a quick recap. For most of my patients, every stitch is under the skin, glue seals the top layer, and a waterproof dressing goes on in the OR, and you can shower the same day. No soaking the incision for about 3 to 4 weeks. Staples or a visible stitch, now that's a judgment call for specific situations, and they need to be removed on a schedule. It's nothing to be ashamed of. There's a companion article that covers all of this in more detail, and that's linked in the description. What did your incision look like? Tell me below. Maybe send us a picture. Thanks for watching.